Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Carol here at Oak House Journals. I thought that I would just share with you this little tag book that I've made over the last couple of days actually. I first saw this binding technique done at a bookbinding workshop that I attended a couple of years ago, but I was reminded of it recently because Suze of Shabby Soul did a tutorial on a little tag book that she had made, and it just really reminded me what a great technique it was. And I'd been bursting at the time when I first saw it to try this technique and never got around to doing it. So when I saw Suze's tutorial, I wanted to get I was reminded and I was fired up again, but I decided I wanted to do it in something really soft and romantic, very kind of girly and pretty, and I couldn't think of a better kit to use than this one from chapter 1, and it's called Shabby Florals, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I've got some pages here by the side of me, and believe me, this is not the full kit. This is just some that I've printed off and got left over, but just look at the papers. They're absolutely beautiful, really are. And as I say, this is not the full kit. This is one of the writing pages. Look at that. Isn't it absolutely lovely? This is one of the collage pages. This is another one. Look at those foxgloves. They're just such pretty shades. This is, I've referred to this previously, this background page, and it's just, I'm quite fussy about the tea stained or coffee stained paper that I use. I like it really light, and I've never found a digital print of one that I particularly liked until I saw this one, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, it's definitely one of my go-to nows. So that makes a fantastic, you could use that as a background page if you wanted to, or you could use it to back tags or journaling cards, which is what I've done. So I've got 2 or 3 of those, as you can tell. That's another one of the writing pages. Just soft pastel colours, very, very gorgeous, with some fonts and some labels. And a little bit of architectural feature to it as well. You get loads in this kit. You get all these journaling cards. That's another one of the journal pages. You get these pockets, and I made that one up actually. Here it is. I've made it up because, as I say, you get so much in the kit that when I printed it out, I couldn't really decide what I wanted to use, what I didn't want to use. So the bits that I had left over that weren't in a full A4 sheet of paper, I chopped up and I've put in this little folder, and I thought that'd be a nice way to keep them. You get little corner tucks, so I just made this one up and stitched it, stitched around my envelope, and the instructions, as you can see, are at the side. And then these are a couple of tags from the kit that all I've done is cut them out. I haven't done anything, and I've just popped them in there. I put a couple of images on the back, well, one of the labels and another little image. In fact, that is actually a little tiny miniature pocket, but I like the image so much, it's so cute, that I decided I'd pop it on the back. And then, as I say, I've just got some more bits and bobs in here. So one of the journaling cards, more of the pockets, more labels, different size tags. So I just thought that was, as I said, a nice way to store some of the cut pieces that I've got. You get 2 of these. These are background pages, different designs. Oh, these are just gorgeous. And again, you'll see in my little tag book that I've used these to back some of my tags. I just thought they were lovely. This is another pocket option that you get, so you're spoiled for choice, but also you can use this as a file folder if you want to. So lots of options. There's some of the tags, more journaling cards. This page, oh, this one is my favorite, and as you can see, I led with that one on the front of the cover. Some of these are duplicates, but this is a pocket envelope, and they do some of the corner tucks and some labels. Chapter 1 do a journal kit and also an add-on kit. So this is a mishmash of both of those. That's another one of those background pages. That's the second design. And there you can see that's a collage sheet. More tags and more pockets. Different sizes, corner pockets and whatever. I think that's about it. I think these are all duplications. Oh, more tags. More labels. Beautiful, just beautiful. You're certainly not spoilt for choice using this kit. So when I wanted to make this little tag book up, I just knew that this was the kit that I wanted to use. It just fit the bill perfectly. So this is the little book, and the seam binding, no, not the seam binding, the chiffon ribbon. This is some of my own chiffon ribbon that I've dyed. It's not attached to the book. I've just tied it round because I just thought it was pretty. I've done a little lace collage down at the bottom corner here, and there's a tag. So I've tried to do a hidden pocket here and matched up the design, and then this is a little tag that I've done, a little bit of lace at the top. I've cut out one of the images off the journaling card and stitched it on with a bit of lace at the bottom, and then this is actually one of the tags, and I've just used it as my backing for this on the front. So going over the page, I've done a side tuck here with some vellum behind it, some lace, and another little tag from the kit. All I did for this one, I've done for all of the tags actually, is I've stitched round them and I've backed them. This one I've backed with one of the journaling cards, and I've made a little hidden pocket in the back there, so you could slide in a piece of paper, or let's see if I've got an offcut. There you go. You could slide in a hidden message in the back there if you wanted to. So that goes in there. Here I've made a side pocket, and a couple of the journaling cards I've just put a eyelet in the corner, back them with that lovely digital print of coffee stained paper, and so you've got a kind of little flip there. And then these are two more tags from the kit. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just lovely, and I love the kind of very, very soft muted images and the colours, just beautiful. These two I've backed with some paper from one of the writing pages. So, you know, even though something says in a kit that it is a collage sheet or a writing page, doesn't mean by any means that you have to use it for that. And I didn't. These were some offcuts that I had, so I decided to use them to back these little tags. Also, as you can see, that's my side pocket there, which I've just laid up with some lace. Also, when you cut out your tags or your journaling cards from the kit, they have that finish, which is already printed on the image that you get. Now, if you don't like that, there's nothing to stop you just punching a hole, putting your eyelet in that and using that as is. But if you don't like that, you can do what I do, which is make a reinforcer, a hole reinforcer. I think you might just pick that out yourself from the digipapers. So let me show you. I've got a scrap to one side here. I've got a couple of scraps to one side, and all I do is I use my crocodile on the biggest hole, and as you can see, I've already done one there on this background paper. I punch a couple of holes, and then I have one of these little 1/2 inch circle punches, and all I do is centre up my original hole that I made with the crocodile and punch that out, and there you have your reinforcer in whatever paper you want to use. So if you want to keep everything married in together and matching, then you can use it from any offcuts and scraps that you have from the digital kit that you've printed out. Now, some of you might be lucky, you might have one of these hole reinforcer punches, and I think We Are Memory Keepers do one. I don't have one of those. I've just been doing this for years, so I wouldn't really go out and invest in one of the We Are Memory Keepers punches. It might fall into my stocking maybe at Christmas time if I'm very lucky, but otherwise this works really well for me, and that's one way that you can actually coordinate your hole reinforcers with whatever project you're working on. So I just thought I'd mention that in case there's any newbies out there that don't know of that little trick. So these 3 cards go in that side pocket, and then over the page I've used one of the corner tucks, and honestly they're so gorgeous you don't need to do anything to it. All I did was put a trim of lace, and then again use one of the cards out of the kit, trap some lace behind an eyelet and put some lace in the top, and use some vintage French linen thread to create a bow at the top. And again, that one's back with a tea stained paper. This is one of the pink background papers. Here all I did was I used part of one of the journaling pages and just ripped off a corner, trimmed the bottom with some lace, and then out of one of the journaling cards in the kit, all I did was print it off, trim it, stitch round and back it with some more of that tea stained paper. Used one of the little labels which I again stitched round, and again made up a little tag using one of the tags in the kit, but this time I backed it with some of the paper from one of the journaling pages. So as I say, it couldn't be easier. You've got everything you need with the labels and the tags. It's already done for you, and you can just go ahead and add your own little touches. And all I've done to this one is add a bit of lace and some stitching, so very little in fact. On the next page I use the top of one of the tags to create a little side tuck spot, and again just made up 2 of the little tags, stitched round and backed them, and they just go in there. Here I made a side pocket, using some of the paper from this piece actually, which is one of the journaling pages. And originally I was marrying up the bit that I ripped off with the page behind, but then decided I wanted it slightly deeper, so I've put a trim of vellum there. And then this is one of the beautiful journaling cards from the kit, and again I've backed it with some paper from one of the journaling pages, and a trim more lace. This is very lacy and pink and girly, isn't it? But I just wanted to do something with this kit because it is just so beautiful. Corner tuck there, made out of this piece of paper actually, which again is one of the I think it's a collage sheet, this one, and I used another sheet and just ripped off a corner so that I get the flow of the pattern for that corner tuck. This is a lovely little tag. I love the alphabet in the background, and who doesn't love hydrangeas? And backed it with some paper from the kit. And then this is the main architectural columns and spires. I love, just, have I said, I love this page. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love anything that's got an architectural bent or a hint of architectural images on it. Really do. Those columns and spires, anything architectural and anything with font and script in, and I instantly gravitate towards them. And then this was originally a vellum pocket at the bottom here, because I just wanted to show off this background paper. It is so subtle with images on it. And I spent ages actually looking at it the other day and looking at all the little hidden gems of images on it. And I didn't really want to cover it up, so I put a vellum pocket across the bottom, but then that didn't quite look in keeping with the rest of the tag book, so I just decided to put a trim of lace across it just to pretty it up a little. You know me, I can't resist having a go, or putting my hand to having a go at collaging, so I've got glue on my hands there. Sorry girls, covered in glue this afternoon. Oh, got to get rid of it. Sorry about that. Okay, job in hand. So what I decided to do is to play with some of the images on the tags and on the pages to do a little collage. So that's what I've done here and layered it up. A little bit of lace at the top, and then this is one of the journaling pages. Here I've done a side tuck using one of the journaling cards. And again, this is another one of the square tags from the kit, and I've trimmed it with some lace down the side and tea stained paper, so that goes on the back there. And before I put that away, you might recognize that page. Well, that was the back of the little pocket. So I made a pocket and cut it as a tag, and it opens like so, and you can pop something in there if you want to. And actually there's nothing in there at the moment, but I will put in one of the journaling cards. I've obviously forgotten to do that. And then using the envelope pocket in the kit, I cut it out and backed it with the gorgeous tea stained paper, stitched round it, and you have a double pocket here. So you have a whoops a daisy, you have a pocket there and another pocket there, and I've stitched around both of those pockets and then just put a tiny trim of 3 or 4 pieces of lace and a little organza rose, and then that just tucks in the back there and closes up. So that's my little tag book. I hope you liked it. As I say, I wanted to keep her very, very soft pink and feminine, and this was just absolutely the perfect kit for it. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll put the link down below to chapter 1 so that you can go over and have a look at this digi kit if you're interested in it, and also to my Etsy shop. And once again, a lovely shout out to Suze at Shabby Soul for reminding me about this tag binding. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having fun crafting today. Take care. Bye bye now.